Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I failed to get my camera working at the moment. So actually, I'm going to walk into the other room and I'm using my phone as a camera, and I'm going to put it on another charger because for some reason it's not charging. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to go in there and put this on another charger, and then I'll be right back. All right. Okay, I would really much rather have my camera up so that you can see me, but for some reason it's just not charging in here. So I'm going to give it a few minutes to charge in there, and then we will. I'll see if I can hook it back up in here so that we have a camera. So how is everybody doing today? I'm feeling good. I always come here on Sundays after what is like always a whirlwind Friday and Saturdays. Long days. Long days at the winery and so forth. So I feel like it's always hectic coming in on Sunday morning. And then, of course, you have like a camera problem or something. But welcome, everybody. I am feeling good this morning. Lots of people here today. Let's see. We've got Better with Bacon here, and Stray is here. Here. Good morning. Good morning. See who else we got here. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Tomocrat's here. Hey, Matt. Okay, so I believe this is the first time that I have seen you here in chat. So, hey, good morning, Matt. It is great to have you. I got some ice water right here for my drink this morning. So I don't have the camera going, so you can't see. But here's to you, Matt. Good to see you this morning. So, welcome, Matt. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing great. So today I thought we were actually going to get in here and we're going to work on the Cult of the Yellow King and start adding stuff to this book. So it's always a great time when we get together and work on games because the conversation is always so great. So let's see. I was also going to give you a rundown um, on some of the stats on some of the Facebook advertising and stuff that's going out. But that's on my phone and that's out right now. So I don't have that. But I have to say that in general, I've been trying to work on how do I get different how do I get more attention on things through creating better videos. And I created that season 1 teaser trailer that YouTube won't let me show. YouTube won't let me show the teaser trailer. But Facebook has been letting me put it out. In fact, I just basically started putting it out, I believe, in the last couple of days, and I've been trying to track its statistics. And in some ways, I'm not sure how it's possible to do a video any better. What I was it was talking about like what percentage of views go past the 3-second mark, which is critical. And last night when I was looking at that, I was up at um 91%, 91%. Are you serious? The sound's not even working this morning? Sable Phoenix says the sound's a little chancy. Some words are dropping out. It's difficult to hear this morning. I can check the audio. Let me see let me go over here. Audio. Yep, I'm going through the right microphone right here. Oh, Mike said, okay. Matt and Mike say that everything is fine. Okay, at least that's good this morning. But it was saying that 91 or 91.8% of everybody who sees the video watches past the first 3 seconds, which is incredible. And then the average number of views or the average percent of views that go past 3 seconds is 237%. So how can you do better than 100%? I mean, that's people watching the video more than once. I'm not sure if they are coming over. So in the end, it may not be working. They've got to come over and watching the trailer on Facebook and come over to watch the show on YouTube because YouTube is very has been very hard on allowing me to promote the material directly on YouTube because it violates all of its policies. But on the other hand, we did have great luck. Uh, we did have great luck with the Cthulhu ABCs, with people seeing that on Facebook and then coming over to join us on YouTube. So there was that. So I'm going to keep monitoring that and see if we can come up with some way to maybe get some people, get some traction on YouTube for the Cultist show in general and have people come over. All right. So we will see. Hey, Keith. Good morning, Keith. Great to see you. Okay. So we have got to start working on the things to add into this book over here, which is currently on Kickstarter. And another thing I was trying to do this morning, let me see if I can do it right now. I was just trying to edit yeah, edit the description. And for some reason, StreamYard wasn't letting me edit the description because I don't have the Kickstarter link on there. And I should have. And it's telling me stuff it's never told me before, like, oh, you can't edit anything. You can't edit the schedule after you've already started the show. Well, I'm not trying to edit the schedule of the show. I'm just trying to um, edit the descriptions here. So maybe let me try this one more time. Yeah, it says the stream must be scheduled in the future and within 1 year. Please edit the start time. Well, I'm live. Just let me get the descriptions like I have done like every other, since I've been live, and using the software. So let me see. I might be able to stick this in this directly. Okay, I'm going through YouTube. So if you're looking for the Kickstarter link, yeah, that needs to be there. So the Kickstarter link should now be on the Heath's Geekverse one. Let me switch over to the Cultists. The Cultists, which by the way, also the Cultist is closing in on 11,000 subscribers. It's got 10,919 subscribers. So if you're watching on the Cultist side of things and you're not subscribed yet, please do. We're closing in on 11,000, and that's pretty amazing, I think. There's certainly been a lot more traction since the Cthulhu ABCs went out on that, which is also on the Kickstarter page. Okay, there you go. You might have to reload or something or refresh if you're looking for the Kickstarter page. That should now be in the descriptions. Okay, fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing well here. So we are, so we are like just over $2,000 on the Cultist Kickstarter. So I'll also put that link in the description, right in the comments right there. So there we go. Oh, Stray, thank you very much. Stray just sent in a super chat for $20. Stray says, "Thank you very much, Stray. Fish are friends, not food," which happens to be, well, no, I'm drinking out of the fish do not drink tea mug. We don't have fish are friends, not food. But yes, I'm drinking out of the fish do not drink tea mug this morning. So we are, um, thank you so much. Oh, Matt says, "Congratulations on reaching the funding goal, by the way. I've been watching the development on and off for years now." Oh, great. Oh, thank you. It's good to know that, there have been people who have been around for a while and actually watching. Seems like a lot of people came in, like I said, with the Cthulhu ABCs, but it's very good to know, Matt, that, yes, there are people who are still floating around from a long time ago and have been following what we're doing. I really appreciate it, Matt. Good morning, RPG Exile. Okay, let's do Sable says, "I'm drinking from the witch's brew mug." Also, yes, let's breathe and sip. Let's do that, and then we will get to making stuff. So let's breathe and sip. Let's take 2 uh, deep inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage this morning, whatever that happens to be. And I'm probably gonna need actually some more ice water after this. But here we go. I've got ice water this morning. Let's breathe 2 deep breaths and breathe and sip. All right. So, all right, things are going well this morning. Let's go up here. Let's find the cult of Nodens. We might get into the cult of Nodens. We're gonna start with the cult of the Yellow King, though. The cult of the Yellow King, right here. Okay. So we need some text. And actually, with the text here, in fact, let me actually get some more water here. I will get some water. Again, thank you so much for that $20 super chat, Stray. I really appreciate it. Let's go. Oh, where's my banner? Here we go. Okay, so banner, there we go. All right, let me grab some water. Hey, we might as well Yeti hug break.
Oh, it's time for a Yeti hug break. Yeti hug break, Yeti hug break. Everybody go hug yo Yeti and show yo Yeti some love.
And I did just check. My phone is charging over there, but it was completely dead. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes because it needs more charge. But we might be able to get that going and have a camera here before the stream is over. Let's see. Matt asks, are you planning on doing all the books in black and white or is in color? Uh, all the RPG book, the interior of the RPG book is in black and white. the cover, we've got a color cover for it, but the interior of the RPG book is in black and white. Now, for the Cthulhu ABCs book, that's going to be full color, which is why it's more expensive. Like but it's going to be it's the same size like the Goodnight Sword book, same color, same printer used, that kind of thing. So that one will be color inside and out. Paying for the crawl space. Okay. You're welcome to hang out in the crawl space anytime. Okay, so the cult of the Yellow King. So we need, I had been writing fairly serious kinds of descriptions about the different cults. So we need like a paragraph description of the cult of the Yellow King. So we've got, like, for instance, the cult of Shub says Shub Nagoroth is an ancient goddess of fertility, revered as the mother of all abominable creatures. Her worship spans civilizations and eras, from ancient temples like the supposed Copper Temple of the Goat in Mu to secret modern covens. Her worshippers conduct secret rituals in forests and sanctity in wilderness in her honor, and sanctify the wilderness in her honor, and tales of her cult resurgence from the Movian high priest's petrified body to the mysterious Naglub and his ancient scroll intrigue and terrify those who delve into the mysteries of the black goat of the woods. So that's like an example of the kinds of things that I was going for right here. Okay, so we need there we go. Uh I probably have the cult. See, the cult of the Yellow King. The Yellow King is he who even emperors worship. So, also some of the material that had been developed for Journey to the Tree of Sorrows kind of getting folded into this. Hey, Doc Flamingo, because there was also part of the cultists. There we go. Hey, Doc Flamingo. So, one part of that emperor's worship, that was just ideas here in the moment. But as we've also got to say, um, his worshipers, the ultimate gift his worshipers can give him to show their devotion is a city. Therefore, agents of the yellow have been infiltrating great cities of Earth and around throughout history. His cultists mark their victims for torment and death with the yellow sign. We need to change the paragraph here. Hey, good morning, great old ones. Great to see you. Okay, so now we need three powers from the cult of the Yellow King. Now, remember, we had said that the uh, originally when we were writing, Brianna and I were writing the cultists, and the cult of the Yellow King appeared. They were highly efficient, and they contrasted everything with the cults that the guys were in. They were highly efficient, highly organized, even uniformed. So we could go that route. They were, because they were the villains. Because we went to make sure the guys, or determine whether or not the guy, or we went the route about the cult of the Yellow King might not even be out there, and it might all be in the guy's minds, which I think is funny. But we could go. I do want to say the Yellow King is known by many names throughout the universe by many names. Often taken after the cities his cult has conquered. The Yellow King is a king who even emperors worship. He is known throughout the universe by many names, often taken after the cities his cult has conquered. After all, the ultimate, after all, how do we say that? After all, the ultimate gift his worshipers give him, can give him to show their devotion is a city. Therefore, agents of the yellow have been infiltrating great cities throughout history. So, but we need three powers that go along with this. What type of brainstorming could we do for powers during the game? So Mike said, yeah, clearly one of these things has to do with the yellow sign. Yes. So Mike says, mark a person with a yellow sign for, and doom will follow them. Something like that is a power that needs to be workshopped. Yeah. So okay. So the yellow sign. Uh, so one of them, but I think you're right. Needs to be mark of the yellow sign. Let's go over here. Grab this formatting over here. Mark of the yellow sign. Deliver Of course, when I'm sitting here typing on stream, every word looks weird. Okay. Deliver deliver the secret mark of the yellow sign. Time to reread the Lovecraft books. Hey, it's been a while since I have been through a lot of them myself. I've been going. I have not listened to any of them. I read through a whole bunch of them when I was doing Journey to the Tree of Sorrows. Took lots and lots of notes. But then have been going through other things in audiobooks. But the Dunwich Horror, I believe I listened to the Dunwich Horror. The Dunwich Horror was the first short story that I ever listened to, and was fully hooked immediately. Uh, we'll change the use of marking him for torment and doom. Um, deliver the mark of the yellow. Secretly, secretly deliver the mark of the yellow sign to a victim, marking for torment and doom. This is one of those things. Is this supernatural, or like in the case with like Rob, is it completely psychosomatic? Now, could that have something to do with? We haven't really had any of the abilities or powers um, directly interface with the, game rules about gaining sway or passing a trouble check or something like that. So you could do that here. You could have you could have it this make it more difficult. Like if you were marked by the yellow sign, make it more difficult to pass trouble checks. But on the other hand, that's something that you have to do to another player. An NPC or something like that would not uh, have to make those same kinds of checks. Also, if it's psychosomatic, does it matter if somebody is if you deliver some kind of weird sign to the neighbor across the street, because you're like, "Man, I've gotta get rid of the neighbor across the street." Uh, and it's you just get some weird piece of paper or weird symbol written on a piece of paper. Does that actually have any effect on them at all? Well, it could. I mean, I guess that's up to the players of the game who are creating this at the time, because you could go either way with it. They could shrug that off, like, "Here, all right, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this magic curse on this person. I'm gonna do this with the yellow sign and all of that." Uh, but, uh then the other person kinda shrugs it off. On the other hand, it would be very cultist-like for if something then happens to that person completely by accident, to then attribute it to, "Oh, okay, it worked, the yellow sign, worked." So maybe it's best if we keep this kind of vague here, like we have been doing with the other ones, and not make it something that you have to do to a PC, uh, that changes up something about the actual way the game plays or something. Secretly dubbed the Mark of the Yellow King, marking him for torment and doom. Misfortune. Can we say something like misfortune, uh, bound to come their way. There. Well, there. Misfortune is bound to come their way. That leaves it kind of open ended. Mike says, have fellow cultists that are in key places and city institutions that be called on for assistance. That would kind of be like the original one. There was kind of inspired, or the original introduction of the Yellow King, because that was kind of inspired by uh, True Detective. Now we had the True Detective references in there anyway, right? And so for some reason, I think there might have been the mayor at some point, and that it might have been implied that the mayor was part of the Yellow King, the cult of the Yellow King. So kind of bringing in that other True Detective element. So we could do something about calling on people who are placed. I fear that if we start doing that and making these interact with the mechanics, we would have to do something for the other powers. But so I think so too. Yeah, the others don't do this, so that would be a weird one if this one all of a sudden did. Stray says mothers toss cars all the time because their kid is under them, so it's all in the head. So it's got to give them something. Yeah. So if you're, maybe Rob should have been even more terrified that, oh my God, he's seen the yellow sign, and perhaps these, now marked for torment and death. Uh, Maybe that should have even been played up in the show. But something I think that some type of so we could have this be like we're talking about. Idea one is contacts. Contacts in the world. This doesn't have to be its final name, but I'm just brainstorming that up here. Contacts in the world, or at least you think that other people are in your cult. whether they are or not. Uh, People you think are in your cult. And also, I think there should be something about like the high organization or efficiency that the others just don't have. Well, Stray might be on. I'm streaming on three places. I'm streaming on the Facebook, the Cultist Facebook page, the Heath's Geekverse page, and the Cultist YouTube page. So Heath's Geekverse YouTube and the Cultists YouTube. So if you don't see that, that's unifying. Yeah, the on the screen is unifying all of the comments across all of those. If you don't see somebody in your chat, they might be watching on a different stream. But you do see all the comments. That's an advantage of having the comments on the screen. So that's all the unifying the comments there. So context in the world, but something about being efficient. Um, we've got there's cult of Yogg-Sothoth, necromantic insight, sacrifice of dedication. We do have like sacrifice of dedication. This necessary right to make minor sacrifices to the gods, potentially garnering their favor for you and your cult. And we even allow them, you can seemingly communicate with the dead, gaining knowledge or guidance from spirits. Efficient to the cult, your dedication to the elder gods allows you to ignore any distraction, including physical pain, which you might even enjoy when performing a ritual. Uh, I think something inspired or drawn from there, that might be good. Well, no, yeah, I think that too. That's what I'm thinking. Like some type of uh you mean you like I think they were playing like baseball or something like that, and they were all uniformed in the cult of the yellow or something like that. But you don't want this to be something that requires like uh two different cultists, in the game to be of the Yellow King or something like that. What is that? Dad TACJAL? I'm not sure what that is. I want to call this worldly contact. I mean, that would also be fun, like, if somebody thinks that somebody is in the cult, but they're actually not. Uh, your cult has infiltrated many powerful positions in the world, or at least you think they have. Oh, tackle. Okay, like dad tackle as an extended influence. Mom had that too, but that didn't get shown on screen. But dad tackling the yeah. Your cult's influence has infiltrated many powerful positions in the world, or at least you think they have. Consult your contacts. Um, reach out to one of your contacts, and like that's pretty fun that you believe. It might say you believe that your cult has, or at least you believe. Use this power to consult with one of your contacts to help solve. Like, one of your uh, consult with one of your contacts to help solve a current problem. Supposed contacts. I mean, this could be anybody. I mean, you can see the dog catcher would be a classic one, or something like, yes, we have infiltrated many powerful positions in this world, and then, but the position that you need somebody to call upon is, like the rat catcher or something like that. That hang on, I believe the rat catcher is in our cult. Let's see. Right, yeah, the DMV person is wearing yeah, there's somebody wearing a shirt that day, clearly must be a fellow cultist. Consult one of you're supposed to help solve a current problem. Uh, how do we put in here? Let's see. Uh, Sable says, "Maybe all the power should be listed as dogmas or something instead. They may or may not be actual powers, but the reason you're in a cult in the first place is you think they're real." Right, you think these things are real, whether or not, we wrote them so that they could be something actually going on or something not, right? And something just psychosomatic or something like that. Many I think that's a fun one, the worldly contacts. Okay, what about something about the cult efficiency right here? Um, oh, we maybe call them blessings? Let me write that down. Go over here and say, okay, so we could change powers to blessings to make that more in keeping. Stray says, I like that. The thinking something is real is actually, in fact, a very real power itself. Well, are those all rights? They could be. I mean, like some of them are abilities. Like, is the thing that we just said with the worldly contacts, is that really a power? Is that a power? Is that an ability? Is that a blessing? I don't think that's a right. Let me walk. Let me go to the other room and see if the phone is charged enough to use as a camera. Just 1 second. Well, it's still red as far as charging goes. It's charging, but it's still red. Let's see. Uh, I do like the drawing on the contacts. What if we can play off that some more? So giving somebody the yellow sign is a good one. Draw some other contact. Uh, I think this should be it. At least you believe it has. Consult with one of your supposed contacts to help solve a current problem. Um, oh, I wonder if there's something we could draw from like the repairer of reputations. Oh, that's interesting. So that was one of the that might, we have like the Bierce stuff that is alluded to in the cultists anyway. So I wonder if there's something that we could say about like what is oh, I like that. Okay, so the idea here, so who's read that? The repairer of reputations. Maybe something will come to us. Let's go over here. Let's look at the plot synopsis or something of the repairer of reputations. Oh, this is Chambers. Okay, this is Chambers. Uh, it's a short story published by Robert W. Chambers in the collection of The Yellow King, The King in Yellow in 1895. Excuse me. Let me just start that again. The Repair of Reputations is a short story published by Robert W. Chambers in the collection The King in Yellow in 1895. The story is an example of Chambers' horror fiction. It's one of the stories in the collection which contains the motif of the yellow sign and the king in yellow. Okay, so we should probably definitely use something from here. Um, see, while recovering from his incident, Hildred obtains and reads The King in Yellow, uh, used by the author of a false document. A use by the author of a false document, which is represented as a universally censored play. Yeah, we do have the play idea too. So there could also be some type of theatrical element, repair of reputations. There could also be a theatrical element here because you do have the play that is in the story. So continuing here, once a wealthy an affable man about town, after his incident, Hildred becomes an eccentric recluse who spends his day poring over old books and maps and associating with with a more eccentric character, Mr. Wilde, the repairer of reputations of the story's title. Wilde claims to be the architect of a vast conspiracy which uses, among other devices, blackmail to influence and command powerful men whose reputations the conspiracy has saved from scandal. Hildred imagines that with Hild's help, he will become heir to the last king of the imperial dynasty of America, which Wilde says is descended from the lost kingdom within distant stars in the Hyades. Hildred, however, perceives his cousin Louis standing before him in the line of succession. Thus, he plans to force Louis to abdicate his claim to the throne, accept exile, and never marry. Louis, realizing that Hildred is still mentally ill, humors him by agreeing to abdicate his claim, but becomes angry when Hildred insists that Louis cannot marry his fiancée, Constance Hallmark. Louis is shocked when Hildred claims that he has murdered Dr. Archer and has Constance assassinated. When Hildred runs back to the apartment of Mr. Wilde, there is confusion at its dark doorway. Wilde's cat rushes out as Hildred is trying to enter. Hildred's long knife flew, then hears the cat tumbling and thumping down the darkness, and Mr. Wilde lay on the floor with his throat torn open. Hildred's plans of conquering the United States with the help of Wilde's conspiracy are destroyed. The police arrive, and Hildred sees Constance crying as he's dragged away. It's ambiguous whether or not Hildred actually committed any murders. The story ends with the note that Hildred died in his asylum in an asylum for the criminally insane. So this Chambers produced this as a piece of early version, which has since become known as an anti-story. It's a type of fiction writing where one or more of the fundamental rules of short story telling is broken in some way, often resulting in what most readers would consider experimental literature. Uh, in the case of the repair of reputations, Chambers all but invites the readers to doubt every single detail of the unreliable narrator. So, okay, so does that give us some inspiration? Uh, there could be a theatrical element to the Yellow King. Also, I like the art element of the Yellow King. I wanna do more with the Yellow King if in a more serious way that has to do with, the artistic elements. There's the theatrical and the artistic elements because you've got the sculpture that's going on in one of the, stories. I like all of that. So we had the conspiracy element in there about trying to take over the world. So we kind of have that over here with the cultist infiltrating many powerful positions in the world. Um, I think there should be something about with the repairer of reputations. Um, you can do something like who can actually repair reputations, right? Um, but this is should be something that the repairer of reputations. What does that do? It needs to fix something, or at least cultists might come to you to fix their social problems. Yeah, you're good at hatching. Like we're talking about, this guy was hatching this conspiracy where he's going to become, yeah, the heir of the imperial dynasty of the Americas. So people are coming to you. Use your powers to help manifest. Um, use this power to help manifest yours or another cult members, cultists, uh, grand delusions of power. It's a story of creeping corruption. So, what about the ability to corrupt another person? Mediator. But okay, we've got the corruption here. Well, I mean that could go with the yellow sign, torment, doom. That could be kind of corrupt. Uh, well, okay. What about you're deeply involved in like the psychology. Uh, there's something psychological about this. Of course, he's in a insane asylum anyway. But your repair of reputations. You're deeply involved in the psychology of in people's psychology and are able to manipulate others. Uh, let's see. You're deeply knowledgeable about human psychology and often use and can use this knowledge to manipulate other people, especially when it involves playing to or playing into their delusions of grandeur or paranoid impulses. Paranoid, let's say conspiratorial impulses. Delusions of grandeur or paranoid conspiratorial impulses. That one's fun. We'll see how many people actually get the repair of reputations reference. You are deeply knowledgeable. Apparently, InDesign just does not really care about spell checking. Repair of reputations. You are deeply knowledgeable about human psychology and can use this knowledge to manipulate other people, especially when it involves playing into their delusions of grandeur or paranoid conspiratorial impulses. The stream tag. What is the stream tag? Like the description or something? Yeah, so you can manipulate other people, so that could manipulate them to your own goals. But however, I think leaving that vague. So yeah, you're good at manipulating them to do something, or I guess you could be helping them out. It's the text overlay. Oh, this banner. Oh, the banner. Oh, I didn't change the banner. Welcome to uh should have just taken that out. So I was just trying to let people know that we're on Kickstarter. Yep. There we go. Thank you. Uh okay. Well, I do like that. Okay, I think we've done a good job here. And I'm sorry I didn't have my camera, but I had it charging here on my uh desk last night, but it just didn't charge. So, okay, the cult of the Yellow King. The scalped tatters of the king in yellow must hide Yatil forever. The Yellow King is a king who even emperors worship. He is known throughout the universe by many names, often taken after the cities his cult has conquered. After all, the ultimate gift his worshippers can give him uh, to show their devotion is a city. There, therefore, agents of the Yellow have been infiltrating the great cities of Earth throughout history. His cultists mark their victims or torment and death with the yellow sign. Powers, or we could go to blessings or something like that. 1. Mark of the yellow sign. Secretly deliver the mark of the yellow sign to a victim, marking him for torment and death. I don't need the word mark twice there. Secretly deliver the yellow sign. Secretly deliver the yellow sign to a victim, marking him for torment and doom. Misfortune is bound to come their way. Worldly contacts. Your cult has infiltrated many powerful positions of the world, or at least you believe it has. Consult with one of your supposed contacts to help solve a current problem. Uh, why don't we make it a little bit more humorous here instead of saying many powerful positions in the world? Why don't we say around town? Your cult has infiltrated many powerful positions around town, or at least you believe it has. Consult with one of your supposed contacts and fellow cultists. Help solve a supposed contact. Uh, your contacts and supposed fellow cultist. Fellow cultists to help solve a current problem. And then repair of reputations. You are deeply knowledgeable about human psychology and can use this knowledge to manipulate other people, especially when it involves playing to their delusions of grandeur or paranoid conspiratorial impulses. That one to be fun to add just to the show. No, or both. It could be both. You're right. Around the world, or at least around town. Uh, many powerful positions around the world, or at least around town. Well, now we've got two, or something like that. More powerful positions around the world, or at least around town. We could say, you believe your cult has infiltrated many powerful positions around the world, or at least around town. Or at least you believe it has around town. That might work. You believe your cult has infiltrated many powerful positions around or at least around town. That goes with the idea that, they're everywhere. I'm seeing the color yellow everywhere. That's from the stories. So that works. You believe your cult has infiltrated many powerful positions around the world, or at least around town. Consult with one of your contacts and supposed fellow cultists to help solve a current problem. Well, I like that. Okay. Well, all right. So I'll reread that, but I think those are very good. I like that. I think that really does capture the cult of the Yellow King. We've got some references to Chambers' work because I like having the references back to the original material quite a bit in here, and then also it fits the theme of the cult of the Yellow King as it's represented in the cultists. I like that. So we have been going for about an hour. I'm thinking that tomorrow night we should do Nodens. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I would put that out to everybody in the different communication channels. But so we've got to do Nodens. I believe that's the only other cult to do. If we do, yeah, Nodens, Cult of Nodens. I need to refresh myself on Nodens a little bit. Cult of Nodens, and then we can use those to make like the alternate Acantha and things like that. Ben, Bloop, then make those. It's always fun to make the characters. So maybe tomorrow night, then that'll be the tentative thing. Tentatively, tomorrow night we will do that. Um, what did Tomocrat say? Tomocrat said, uh, uh, they know powerful people around the world. Their Twitter and Facebook chat. Yeah, that could be, yeah. We didn't use a whole lot of like tech in the show, but that doesn't mean you can't hear. So, Better with Bacon says that's actually an awesome point. Imagine a cult is stopping by to tweet their followers for some weird esoteric favor. Oh, Cat C. Hey, welcome, Cat. Hey, here's to you. Here's to you. It's the first time I think I've seen you in the chat, perhaps. So here's to you. My camera's down right now, so you're gonna have to see that, or you're just going to have to take my word for it that here's a toast to you right here. Pat C says, "This looks fun. This looks too fun. I can't stay to watch all of this, but I'm really looking forward to it. I hope there will be some way to play this solo. Sadly, like Steve presently, I'm in a cult of one. Oh, no. Maybe online. Okay, see you later, Cat. Okay. Well, all right. So I think that is it for now. I am going to, do stuff today. I'm going to work on this. Might actually start working on some of the imagery for the Cthulhu ABCs. There is a lot to do, and I'm feeling good. So, all right. Thank you to everybody for being here. Tentatively, we will meet back tomorrow night and work on the Cult of Nodens. Yes, this was great. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you later. Have a wonderful day. Later.